The human growth hormone. The human growth hormone is a natural hormone that is produced in the pituitary gland. It's responsible for spurring growth within children and teenagers. However, it also regulates the body composition and the sugar and fat metabolism in consumers of the drug. Furthermore, it could possibly improve the efficiency of the heart's functionality. The human growth hormone can be produced in laboratories. However, this was not very ethically correct because it was originally taken from dead bodies. The drug stimulates the development of the male and female sex hormones. This means they are going to have more testosterone, which is going to cause the consumer to have more muscle mass and increase in muscle bulk, because this is the role of testosterone. An athlete that is likely to take the drug, the human growth hormone drug, is a bodybuilder. This is due to the pros of the drug. For example, the drug increases muscle bulk, therefore they are going to become stronger and lift higher weights. The drug also increases the strength of the bones, which is a positive effect, because if a bodybuilder is lifting high and heavy weights, their bones are going to experience lots of stress and resistance from the muscle contractions. Therefore, if the bones are strong, there's not going to be any breaks for the bones, and the bodybuilder can continue to lift high weights and keep training because he's not suffering from any injuries because of broken bones Another reason why this drug is suited to a bodybuilder is that it reduces body fat. Bodybuilders compete against each other's flexing and showing off their physiques, and the goal is to be as defined as possible and have the best physique. Therefore, having less body fat is going to make them look a lot more defined and increase the likeliness of them being successful when competing. They can also be used to restore energy levels, the drug, so you can work harder. The bodybuilders can work harder whilst performing in the gym, so they can get maximum results out of their training sessions, which is going to portray on their competitions when they're against other bodybuilders. The side effects of this drug, the human growth hormone, is for females, your voice becomes deeper and you develop male-like features. You would experience irregular menstrual cycles, and the clitoris would enlarge. Also, the size of your breasts would reduce, and you would also develop body and facial hair in areas that you wouldn't normally. The side effects are hair loss, shrinking of the testicles, which would cause the sperm count to also decrease, and in some cases you can become infertile. You also become paranoid, therefore more aggressive, and can experience hallucinations. It can also cause your internal organs to grow. Some athletes develop acromegaly from the injections. This is when your pituitary gland creates too much of the human growth hormone, and it causes the bones in your body to increase in size, mainly in the hands and feet, making one hand bigger than the other or one foot bigger than the other. The next drug I'll be talking about is diuretics. Diuretics are a drug that increase the loss of fluids from body tissues in your body, and are also responsible for reducing high blood pressure. On a daily basis, our bodies lose around about 1 litre of water a day, and when we exercise, our body also releases an increased amount of water through the process of sweating. This is to regulate our body temperatures. Therefore, we need to intake water for our bodies to function effectively. However, diuretics increase the amount of fluid we lose. The main purpose of the drug is to lose weight, because if our body is losing more fluids, we become lighter. An athlete likely to use this drug is a judo fighter. This is because they have weight categories, and these athletes need to fall into these weights to be categorized in their weight division, like lightweight or heavyweight. for the fight to be fair. Therefore, using this drug will reassure they fit within the weight boundaries. Also, as a fighter, you need to be agile. Therefore, weighing less and carrying less weight would allow the fighter to become more nimble. Therefore, would have positive effects on their fights, as they will move faster, so could get their hits away quicker to score points, and then they're more likely to win and be successful. Diuretics work by making you urinate more. This from increasing the amount of salt, which causes the amount of salt in your body, which causes the kidneys to remove water from the body through urine. However, one of the cons of these drugs are it increases blood pressure from the increased salt, which causes extra fluid to build up in your blood vessels, which increases the blood pressure. There are a lot more cons than pros with this drug. The pros being it helps lose weight and can help dilute or flush other drugs out of your system. So if a athlete has been cheating or in their sport, then using this drug will flush the other drugs away through the urine. However, the cons are mainly hydration from the lack of water, which will cause your performance to deteriorate as an athlete. This will lead to dizziness and feeling faint, so they could faint during their fights or whatever, which would decrease their success or likeliness of success. It could also lead to vomiting and muscle cramps from the lack of blood flow due to the reduced amount of water, which will make the blood thicker, which would affect the heart and also damage the kidneys, because if the blood's thicker, the muscles aren't going to be able to get enough nutrients, and mainly the heart wouldn't either, so it wouldn't be able to work as effectively. The final drug is EPO. EPO is a hormone that is produced by the kidneys, and it acts on the bone marrow, which stimulates the production of red blood cells. This means the body is able to carry more oxygen, and the EPO drug can increase the oxygen supply by around 10%. The EPO drug is usually used to treat anemia, which is caused when your blood lacks iron levels. This could be things from things like childbirth, etc. Therefore, the body needs more red blood cells to function effectively. Athletes likely to use this drug are ones that participate in aerobic sports, like long distance cycling or running. This is because the drug will be beneficial for them, as they would be able to have more red blood cells, therefore can carry more hemoglobin, can carry more oxygen around the body. This will be a positive effect for them, as they will be supplied with more energy to keep their muscles working. Also, carry more oxygen will have positive effects on their sporting performance, because the increased oxygen will mean they will be able to remove the waste products in the working muscles and replace them with oxygen and other good nutrients, which means the muscles would less likely to fatigue or cramp up, as there's no waste products in the muscles. This means also the athlete could work harder and keep performing to a high intensity, meaning they're more likely to be successful. For example, like a cyclist, they'll have more energy, so they're more likely to be successful in their race. However, EPO has a negative side effect, which is that the blood becomes thicker. This would have a negative effect on the blood flow of the athlete, because it would be more viscous, so it wouldn't travel around the body as fast. This would have negative effects on a person's sporting performance, because their muscles wouldn't be supplied with oxygen as fast, so would build up with waste products, which would cause the muscle to cramp up or fatigue, stopping the participant from performing and decreasing their levels of performance. This will also have a negative effect on the heart, because if it's getting less blood if less blood is reaching the heart's not going to be able to function properly. Also, this lack of blood going to the heart causes stress on the heart and can lead to things like heart attacks on the consumer of the drug. The usage of this drug can also lead to things like lung disease and dysfunction of the bone marrow. Thank you for listening.